Oh my God, I'm so frustrated, Eddie Hearn. And I will knock out Anthony Joshua. Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder, WBC champion, says that he don't believe Joshua is ready for the Andy Ruiz part 2. Stay tuned. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button. Also, subscribe to the channel for the latest and greatest in boxing. If you want to become part of the gang notification gang, please hit the bell icon. Shout out to the super chats, channel donations, the Venmo donations, and the Patreon family. We working. Deontay Wilder, upcoming fight, Luis Ortiz. Make sure you check it out. You know your boy's going to be in the building, and it should be a great time. You know, I'm looking forward to this rematch. Ortiz is no slouch. Southpaw, Cuban, experience, mean streak. You know, this guy is dangerous. And Wilder already got through it and came through the fight. Now he's giving the more technical Southpaw an opportunity. He's going to bless him again. You know what I mean? And giving him an opportunity to try to fix things, correct things, and that makes it a dangerous fight. So that's going to take place right around Thanksgiving time, November 23rd, MGM Grand in Las Vegas Arena. And it's been a while since Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder has fought there. So I'm looking forward to that. Now, Deontay Wilder, he has spoke on an upcoming another rematch between Joshua and Ruiz, where June 1st, Ruiz shook up the world, Muhammad Ali style, and he stopped Joshua's reign and became unified champion. Wilder did an extensive interview where he gave props to like UK fighters like Daniel Dubois and said he's checking for Dubois and he feels that Dubois can make it to the championship level. Can he get a belt? Will he fight Wilder for the belt? He don't know, but he said he likes what he sees from Dubois. This is what he said regarding Joshua Ruiz part 2. I really don't believe that Anthony Joshua is ready for that. I'm one of the people that he has to prove wrong. Many people have doubted me from the beginning and still do. So, but I'm the one of the people who he has to prove wrong. I understand body language. I'm very smart when it comes to these things. What his body said in the ring showed me everything that I need to see. Only the fighter would know within himself. The secret is still to be told, and that's okay because you want to keep people guessing. What is this? Or what is that? That's why the second fight is bigger. People don't know what to think. People will finally see what he really is. If he's not right and people are saying one thing but he does another, then people will have their own perception of what they think about him afterwards. People say if he loses, it's over. There's more pressure on him. When I talk about this situation, I feel drained. Trust me, I have a sixth sense. You know? So I want to kind of break this down and give you kind of some of my thoughts about what he's saying. I agree with Deontay Wilder in the sense of Joshua has a lot of proving to do when he does this rematch. Because first of all, he's not really changing much in terms of his team. He's keeping the same team. People like myself, people like Lennox Lewis have expressed and stressed, hey, you should, this is kind of a crossroads fight. It's a do or die fight. And even before he lost, after the Klitschko performance, I've seen people say that, oh, he needs a new trainer and stuff like that. Joshua didn't heed any of these warnings. Now he's keeping the same trainer. And no disrespect to Rob McCracken, but I didn't really hear anything from his corner that he used for the Andy Ruiz fight in that type of fight where it was like crucial, pivotal information. Like, I actually didn't like the corner work, to be honest, because he was back talking. You had him going through a stressful situation. His mind seemed all over the place. He was concussed, and he's like, oh, why am I feeling like this? So, what punch he hit me with? And he's talking, and they need to spray some water on him or slap him or whatever to get him to focus on the task at hand and maybe like wake his game up. you know, because it was an embarrassing night, an embarrassing fight. He lost all his titles. It was disastrous homecoming, America breakout party or whatever you want to call it. And now he's left with the aftermath. He has one night and he got to get it right. You know why they didn't fight in Mexico. You know why they didn't fight in the USA. They're taking it to Saudi Arabia. Now I'm hearing that there's potential problems if the threat level is increased. They might have to withdraw and pull this fight and put it somewhere else, which is more of the DAZN curse and more disastrous. This is why you don't necessarily put it in a place like Saudi Arabia, where there are drone attacks and various things from a safety perspective, where there's a reason why fights haven't necessarily been in that area. So we'll have to see. That remains to be seen what takes place for the location. But for Joshua's part, he got a lot of people he got to prove wrong. People lost faith. You've seen, and the funny thing is, boxing shit is so fickle, especially the fans. For a year plus, they are arguing, the fans, especially a lot of the guys in the UK, that Joshua was the premier, because they don't want to claim, a lot of the UK people didn't want to claim Fury because his bad behavior and failed drug tests and gaining weight. So they thought he was done. And Joshua was kind of the golden child. He was the guy that they felt comfortable claiming, clean cut, in shape. He had beat Klitschko, had more belts than anybody in the division. And his fall from grace was like so quick. It's like that one night with Andy Ruiz, people up and forgot. You see the Fairweather fans just scattered like roaches. As soon as Joshua lost, and said he was overrated, and I knew he was overrated, and this stuff like that. And now a lot of people doubt him. The boxing fans got to get better, bro. Some of these UFC guys be having 11 losses and still got a legion of loyal fans. But boxing, you have a shit night or performance, and people just discard you. It's really a shame, and it's a shame that people, even more so from a character perspective, that these same fans will talk big, bad, and Brody about, who will win and this and that, and then they just totally forget about you. Same thing happened with Mayweather Pacquiao. A lot of people were riding the Pacquiao train saying he could beat Floyd, and when the whole world seen it didn't happen, they just abandoned ship, jump ship, go on to Canelo or Floyd or whoever else is doing a bit better in their career. So Joshua, a lot of things will be answered this night. He's gonna have to get it together. Wilder says he has a sixth sense and he feels that Joshua's not ready. And to be honest, Joshua didn't give any impression or a competitive fight. So why would you have, that's the other side of it, of the coin, is why would you have any faith that Anthony Joshua can beat this guy? Because he didn't really show us that. This wasn't Porter versus Spence, where it was highly competitive and Porter did some things right, but Spence also stood his ground and did things right. This was a one-sided domination by a guy who had a minimal time to prepare. Had 5 weeks, 6 weeks to get some type of bullshit training camp together, and got the call late, handled business. So I see both sides of it. There is that side where Joshua didn't give you much to believe in as well. And I think that might actually, that could be a big reason why some people feel he has so much to prove, because it wasn't a competitive fight. It wasn't this grandiose performance, and he just got caught slipping and then never recovered. Like, he even round 1 and 2, he was fighting kind of skittish. And I have questions about Anthony Joshua that I've always had, and I've maintained, and I told you, which is why I did the 7 reasons, which is why I ultimately predicted this fight right, is because Joshua, he just says weird things, and I think he's his own worst enemy, saying I hired a sports psychologist. What heavyweight did that? Even if Mike Tyson had a psychologist, I'm pretty sure it would be for like anger issues, things like that. Anytime I hear anybody talk about Robin Givens, I get angry, I get mad, I'm pissed. It would be for a different reason. Joshua is, there's a thing called almost being too honest, and he changes his story so it's hard to gauge, but there's sometimes where he's almost too honest to the point where it's not good, because people get to see your vulnerabilities and your real life insecurities, you like almost wear them on your sleeve, you know. And I've talked about this several times, so I'm not going to get too deep into it and delve into it too much about what he said in the past, but check some of the old videos where I talked about it. He just, like, the sports psychologist was weird. It looked like a clear confidence issue. I have no doubt in my mind, 1000%, his team did not want to fight Deontay Wilder. I mean, the proof is in the pudding. Wilder could have easily gotten the fight. We wouldn't be talking about Andy Ruiz and all this shit, but his team stalled out, and they were trying to give him a chance to grow with the sport and gain confidence. And the thing that made it worse for Joshua's team is they gallivanted around the heavyweight division like, oh, we beat Klitschko, who is Wilder beat, and, you know, try to make it like it was fear from the other side. But I think people realize now what the fight most likely would have been. You know, styles make fights, and it doesn't look like Joshua is mentally durable or physically durable enough to withstand those Wilder shots that connect. You get what I'm saying? Like, you've seen how he was frenzied as soon as he really started catching some heaters from Andy Ruiz. You know, his game plan kind of went out the window. He had bad clinching. You know, he couldn't really clinch. So, you know, I agree with Wilder. AJ has a lot to prove. Point blank period. He left a lot to be desired in the first fight. It was disastrous. So now we'll see what he does in the rematch. Let me know what you guys think. If you like what I'm doing, consider subscribing. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. Make sure you smash the like button. As always, hate, comment, and subscribe. Till next video is Ego signing off.
So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button, and you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxing Ego, the future of boxing.